Hello and welcome to highlights from finals day in the FA National Futsal Series Summer Showdown. For the past month, the country's best futsal talent have been competing for the chance to appear today. Now, with 3 matches on the slate, they have their chance to become champions. We'll take a look at the men's National 2 and the National Series 1 finals later in the programme, but we begin with the Women's Super Series. After a shock victory on penalties over University of Liverpool in the semi-final, Bolton would need to spring an even bigger surprise in the grand final to take down an impressive London Helvetia unit. But count them out at your peril. Both coaches were as excited as you can imagine ahead of kick-off.
I can't say any more than with no words can say how proud I am. We've come a long way in a very short time. If you asked before this competition, I never expected to be here. We're going to give it everything we've got. We'll leave nothing behind and we'll do ourselves proud. I'd like to say there's no pressure because obviously nobody expects us to do anything, but you put pressure on yourself. I think the girls put pressure on themselves. We're a young group. They want to win. You can't take that away from them, so it is what it is. Whatever happens today, this whole journey has been a bonus, just being here, and no, it's going to be a great game. I'm sure we'll give a good account of ourselves.
I'm beyond proud of them. The accomplishment to reach the final is always amazing. The hard work they've put in off the court, on the court. They deserve to be here, and hopefully they deserve to win at the end. So I think people were surprised they beat Liverpool, but I think when you watch them play, they work hard. Obviously they're a bit of a smaller squad, but you can see that they fight for each other and they really work as a group, and I'm amazed by how strong they are as a group. So you have to fear them a little bit. You have to prepare yourself properly. We can't go into it thinking we're going to win. Nothing comes as a given. But it's great for futsal. It's good to see other teams competing now at the top, not just the same 2 teams going at it.
Bolton versus London Helvetia. The Summer Showdown final in the Women's Super Series. The time for waiting is over. Here are the squads then. We'll start with Bolton. They were beleaguered, battered and bruised in their semi-final. They made it through, and for the big game they are bolstered. The returning Abby Clark, the returning Layla Booth, the returning Lucy Walsh strengthen this Bolton team. Whether they can take on London Helvetia and get the win is a big, big ask. Speaking of London Helvetia, this is their squad, led brilliantly by their skipper, Emma Toon. She's had so much support, though, from around her. Nicole Pepper has scored plenty of goals. Alicia Grimmond is probably the best goalkeeper in the league. And as for the likes of Anna Alvarez, Shellen Boyitgaray, this squad runs deep. Indirect free kick. It will be Gert for Toon. Leah Emily poised to charge at this. Oh, it's wide from Toon. That was close. Couldn't hit the target. Joy Lowe still yet to make a meaningful save, the young 16-year-old goalkeeper.
Yeah, it's really tough for Emma Toon, really. She needs to hit the target here with power and maybe move the keeper off the centre line. But she would have been disappointed with that.
That's a lovely touch from Pepper. And forced backwards by pressure from Musker. That's what I mean, she will not give you a second to breathe. Pepper first time, a little bit too much on it for Adamson. And I think in general, Bolton will be pleased with this start. We've had 4 minutes come off the clock already. It's been a fast-paced game, actually. Clock, remember, stopping every time the ball goes dead. But both teams have been happy to play at a decent lick. And for Bolton, surviving really the first 4 or 5 minutes, they'll be pretty pleased with.
I think they're doing really well. You know, they're sticking to their game plan. They're being strong in defensive structures. There's no real out-and-out chances that have come for Helvetia so far, other than a couple of free kicks. So they'll be pretty pleased. The challenge they're going to have is keeping the intensity because Helvetia are having so much more of the ball.
Let's go with the shot. Rifles it over the bar. Joy Lowe remains untested. That's Annabelle Villas-Serene wearing number 10, just coming into your shot in a moment on the far side. Well, that's robbed, and here's Anna Alvarez. First big chance, and Joy Lowe stands up tall.
Joy Lowe's done well there after she gave her, didn't want to be giving that pass away. I think, you can see Joy, she really wants to play and she really wants to get the game back going, but actually, as a keeper, she can slow it down. She can not go running after the ball, let the team set up, which will help her Bolton players to get in position.
Lovely ball from Biat Garay. Alvarez to Villaserin. Lovely ball. And Ana Alvarez, for once, couldn't pick out the pass. That was a vintage Helvetian move. They do that so well. It's a brilliant ball from Biat Garay.
Brilliant ball, goes through the lines, so looking for that 1-2 and then play that diagonal through the lines. And if the final pass was better, I think we'd have seen the first goal.
That's unlike Ana Alvarez to be loose with her pass. She's been superb in this tournament so far. Biat Garay has scored plenty of goals. She's not getting one there. Joylo caught out. Referee just having a words with her. So Paul Waitley.
You know, a good thing there would have been to throw the ball into the corner and just give up possession.
So Shadaka stood over it. Biat Garay potentially lining up a shot. She's got a hammer of a right foot. From this kind of range, anything on target through the wall is going to be very, very dangerous. It is Biat Garay. Great save, Joy Low. We talked about her shot-stopping ability. That's brilliant.
Yeah, we know she's got that shot-stopping ability. Great split save there. You know, that's from 6 metres, right? She's seen it through legs. She's got down really low. What a save that is. That's keeping Bolton in the game at the moment.
Here comes Boydell. Musker surrounded by two, but gets the pass away. Can Boydell get the shot away? She can. Good save, Grimmins. Musker on the rebound. She won't quite keep that in. But I tell you what, Grimmins had to make a really, really decent save there. That's so good from Bolton to get the shot away when it looked like they had nothing on.
Let's get to half being, you know, 0-0, and they've done a good job. They don't want to give anything easy away in front of their own goal.
Good tune, bit of space. Can she pick the second post? She can. And Pepper cannot believe she's not found the back of the net. What a good chance this is. Helvetia
brilliant pass
finally worked the move they've been wanting to.
Yeah, vertical 2v2. Emma Tune into that diagonal pass. She's got those in her locker in those passes, and we should have saw the first goal there.
Not the game we were expecting, but in their semi-final, Bolton told us, they warned us, this is the game that it could be. Eerily similar to that match against the University of Liverpool.
I think Bolton will be happy with the two teams because, well, obviously the scoreline, but I think they'll be happy that their game plan is to stop Helvetia playing, is to stop them having big opportunities where they get...
That's nice. Shot from Walsh, deflected. Oh, is it going to go in? It is! And Bolton leads. Lucy Walsh via the aid of a couple of deflections. Grimond couldn't get back. And would you listen to this scoreline at the 2-minute warning in the grand final? It's Bolton 1, Helvetia 0.
Wow, I was just saying that this is, you know, Bolton will want that opportunity where they just open the game up for a moment, go in transition, even maybe like a scrappy goal or deflection, and we've seen it. That's exactly what they've played for. And do you know what? The Helvetia have to raise the game here.
Gurr couldn't quite latch on. Bolton really got an energy about them now. Here's Booth. Couldn't be two, could it? It's Musker. Big chance. Squares it back to Embley off the line from Martins. Wow.
Game on. Here we go. Another chance really there. Great cutback for that central play. We said, didn't we? Second post, top of D, the key areas where you want players to land on the ball. What a game she's having.
Embley wants it on her right foot, gets it. Can she finish? Great save, Grimmin. Musker again can't hit the target. And Bolton have built up a head of steam here. They are all over London Helvetia.
Attacking half.
Ball from Clark. Embley's just going to think this over for Boydell. It's there!
What a ball that was, that diagonal pass. You know, that was right out of the textbook. So you play to the side, play to one in a diagonal ball. What a ball that was in that diagonal pass, and then just dropped it in a volley.
The Bolton fairy tale just keeps on running. What a ball from Embley. Great composure from Boydell just to hit the target. Don't think Grimond will be too pleased. She got a big contact on it.
Special ball that, you know, special ball.
Pepper turn. Look to pick out Tune. Header across, there's Gurr! And Lowe got in front of her. Penalty given. Referee's pointed to the spot.
I was going to say, you know, Helvetia, you know, need to be quicker. They need to probably be more direct. You know, they're having a lot of the ball at the halfway line, but they need to be more direct. And interestingly, this pass over the top into Emma Tune, it was scrappy, but it's got there. It's caused problems for Bolton.
I'm going to put you on the spot, Mike. Penalty. Yellow card given to Joy Lowe. I must say, I personally think it's harsh.
I think Charlotte Kerr got a shot off, so you know it's difficult because then her body's actually slipped through. So I think it's a harsh penalty, but it's a penalty. He's given it.
Ana Alvarez on the kick. Joy Lowe saved 3 in the shootout a fortnight ago in the semi-final. Her team needs her once more. Scores. That was
Here we go.
composed, and now it is very much game back on.
What you've also got to look at here is the foul count. So if you notice with 14-25, the foul count's 4. If that gets to 6, it's a 10-meter. They're harder, but you know this could turn quite easily.
Hope for Helvetia. Tune finds Gert. There's Adamson. What a miss.
There we go, big chance. Big chance there. Out to the wings again, trying to get top of the D. Should have been 2-all.
Tune now for Pepper. There's that diagonal ball you were talking about. That's Gert, and this is Adamson. This is the moment, is it? No, Low. What a great save.
Yeah, that's that again, that diagonal that Helvetia are trying to move the ball sideways to then look for that forward diagonal that keeps the attack going.
That's a brilliant stop.
It's a brilliant save.
Seeing that in slow motion and watching the mechanics go,
yeah.
Absolutely superb. 16 years of age, the Bolton keeper.
16, wow.
In front of Tune there, she might have more work in a moment. Here's Tune again, and once again, Joy Lowe to the rescue.
She's been absolutely a rock for them today. You think about those 3 or 4 chances. And it's not just the ones she saved, it's the way she's put herself into position to force the pressure to make the attacker snap at her.
Alvarez across, this will break for Annabelle Viasarine on the 1-2. What a tackle, Zara Musker.
What a goal that would have been.
Incredible challenge.
What a goal, that would have been straight out of the textbook, round the corner, going 1-2, going into the pivot, set off, 2v2 pass. What a goal that would have been.
This is Viasarine now for Alvarez. Helvetia, brilliant ball. Gert through the legs and away off the line. Another foul there, this time by Bayit Garay.
Wow.
Ana Alvarez, what a ball.
What a ball. Yeah, it's a great ball for Ana Alvarez. That's that diagonal we talked about. They could have got that out 4 or 5 times more. Wow.
Beat Joy Lowe, but you've got to beat Meg Boydell as well. Great break from Walsh. Brilliant break from Walsh. Goes all the way and whistles wide. It's a great effort, but immediately in hindsight, you're thinking Booth and Embley are up there. It's 3-on-1.
She's done amazing to get through this, ride the tackle, and I think that's the difference between a football decision and a futsal decision. You know, that ball could have gone left or right, drew the keeper out, then back across the second post goal. So, you know, that for me is a, you know, big chance on the count because it's a 3v1.
And with less than 5 minutes to go, they lead, and they deserve to.
Yeah, they've come with a game plan.
Oh, and so do Helvetia. Right off the timeout, Liam Francis has worked out a treat, and Helvetia are level.
Wow, well, I'm going to say that is straight out the playbook from Liam Francis. You know, that's the experience of Bolton, not quite sure what's going on. They've just dropped the ball short. It's been a big diag for Charlotte Gert just to tap it in and finish. You know, that's what they played for, to stretch that game. What a goal.
Joy Lowe finally beaten for the second time. Musker can't quite make it stick. Neither can Tune. Got to be careful. Referee's given it. Mick Parrish is livid. That's a really borderline one for me. Musker's furious too. Did look like she got a little chunk of the ball, but this is a 10-metre penalty now for London Helvetia. 6 fouls on the count for Bolton. That means a 10-metre spot kick. It's Bayit Garay. Saved by Lowe.
Brilliant.
Comes in.
What a save by Joy Lowe again. You know, that's a big chance to keep Bolton in this game. She set herself really well.
What a performance she's had. You said before the start of this match, I know to Pip and Andrew, that she needed to have a good game. My goodness me, hasn't she? Alvarez! Nothing she could do about that, though. And Helvetia have turned it around. Ana Alvarez rifles in what may prove to be the winner.
It's that pocket again where the winger plays into the pivot on the side and then goes into the middle. And that play, I think it was Nicola Pepper they're facing for. They've tried to do that 3 or 4 times and they haven't got a shot off successfully. But the one time they get it right, wow, what a finish.
And now Bolton just have to empty the tank. Read by Embley, danger. has support. It will be through Clark, takes a shot on, may get a second bite at it, does. No foul, great feet. Can she tee it for Musker? She can. Chance for Bolton, off the post! Off the post and out. Is that how close they came?
Ooh. It's a keeper's ball here.
Thrown long to Boydell.
What a touch by Boydell there, what a second touch.
Another chance.
Brilliant.
Musker.
Now they're risking it, not playing with any defenders whatsoever.
Oh, and what a chance for Clark
Second post.
at the second post. It had to go in.
Huge risk card here, but they've got to go for it. They're just throwing bodies forward. Goes through to that second post, like we said, that's a big chance in a futsal game.
Musker to Embley. Can they manufacture one last opportunity? Boydell saved by Grimmond. They'll have a corner.
Okay, I think Joy Lowe could come and join in here. There'll be that extra player. Can they move the ball really quick and out of pressure to get one more shot off? Can they do it?
Musker strikes low, blocked. Adamson can just finish it here. Will she? No. Maybe one last chance. 5 seconds left. Got to go for Bolton. They're going to run out of time. They're going to run out of time. London Helvetia get it done. What a victory. Bolton gave it everything, Mike. A phenomenal performance. It wasn't quite enough. They played their hearts out, but it's Helvetia who get there in the end.
I mean, I've lost my voice almost shouting, but no, the girls had to dig deep. I mean, it's trying to keep them composed, try and keep relaxed. We knew that we were going to get a chance to score, and it was just about taking that chance when it came. And yeah, I knew we had it in us. It would have been nice not to have made it that late. But it's a good game for the cameras, so you can't complain. They were really impressive, and credit to them. They pushed us right to the end, and it must be an absolute sucker punch way to lose. It's never nice to lose like that. So massive congratulations to them. They were amazing.
Into the Tier 2 final we go then, as Wessex took on London Escola. Both excelled in their semi-finals, but something had to give in this game. We got a word with both camps before we got going.
So obviously with the COVID restrictions, we started off training outdoors for quite a few months. Then it had to stop and be curtailed for a little while again. And we eventually managed to get indoors, do a little bit of training before starting this. We had Southend in our first game in the group stage. They're a really good outfit. We then followed that up with what was like a home game at Five Rivers in Salisbury against Bedford. And then our semi-final was against London Genesis. All these sides, really good sides, so delighted to be here. To be honest, there's lots of leaders, lots of experience, so I don't really have to say too much. They're kind of leading the group for me on this. And we want to put on a show because this is a real spectacle, and we want futsal to grow in this country, and want our whole community to get behind us and really support it today.
We are extremely excited. We're proud to be here to represent Escola. The boys have trained fantastically the last couple of weeks, so it's going to be a great game. It's been brilliant, considering the recent lockdowns, to come out, start training again, only a handful of training sessions going into that first game. To get through that was one of the really toughest games against Pro Futsal, and then to move on against Reading Royals, and now to be here through the semi-final against York, and it's fantastic to be here. They know what to do. We've worked on stuff for a long time, and there's many of the players that have come through the age groups into the first team now, and this is their opportunity to shine, yeah.
Match 2 of the day is about to get underway. It's the National Series 2 final. It is Wessex versus London Escola. We heard from the two coaches ahead of time. They've both been really battling against the situation and the circumstances of the last year or so in recent months. They're delighted to be here. This is the Wessex team. They line up with Charlie Philpott in goal. He's their starting keeper. Bargap, Tozer and Miller, the skipper, are their starting 5. Terry New is one to watch, and Will Mackey as well. They're the number 8, just 17, youngest player in the squad. And here is London Escola. Vitor Manata, the goalkeeper, is very, very consistent. James Durkin has scored 3 in 3 in this competition. And the skipper, Enrique De Carmo, very, very, very good indeed. Bit deeper squad for London Escola. Feel like they might just need it as we head into the latter stages of this one.
Escola here will have a couple of set pieces again that we talked about. There we go. So 2 players coming to screen or open up the middle and block. And then James Durkin there, we know he's got a really good left foot to try and get that striker, but just a bit far away. That, you know, the distance wasn't close enough to affect the keeper.
It's a great run down this outside. Wessex could be in here. Manata comes out to deal with it, and it's his defender behind him. That was Walsford Gregg. What an important block that was. And now another chance here maybe for Miller, for Wessex. Wants it on his left, gets it on his left! And that is what he does. Connor Miller lights the touch paper in this Tier 2 final with a fantastic finish.
What you hear from Connor Miller, we said there's firepower in this team. If he can roll you and face forward, he's got a lethal left foot that will score goals with, and you know they'll see that as a bit soft to Scholar, but you know he has got that power and he's dangerous in front of goal.
Now Adam Bart as the back man. Lovely. Big chance for Wessex. Can they make it 2? It's a big save from Vitor Manata.
Brilliant play there by Wessex. Adam Barr as a fix, just cutting through the middle as a false pivot. So as the pivot went round and left the space, Adam Barr shown the space, passed that off to, if you like, in a little 2v2 with Connor Miller, and all of a sudden that gap and space is open.
It's Miller to strike it left-footed. He does love to hit it like that. The Scholar are going to ring a 4-man change. This is what you see fair amounts of.
Interesting, you know, Wessex here have gone 2-1-1, high pressing, trying to stop them getting any momentum in the game here.
For a Scholar, Nico Moreno, Finley Scott, Lucas Costa are on, as well as Elliot McMillan over on the far side as well. They're looking to find Matthews! And Wessex, for the second time in the game, have a way through, and it's the perfect start for the team in white. It really is.
Another great finish, and we talked about the firepower they've got in this team. You know, they've got some serious firepower, serious international quality, and what you've seen there is 2 key international players for them that have really let rip in terms of in front of goal. Great finish. It's going to be an uphill battle straight away for Escola here. They haven't started well, the youngsters, and they're probably a little bit of a rabbit in the headlights at the moment.
Yeah, immediate timeout called by the Escola coach. I think that's quite wise. It's still a long, long way to go in this first half, of course, but I think it's just worth bearing that in mind. These are youngsters who might just need themselves just checking in place here, just reminding that they are here on merit. They are perfectly good enough to play and compete and even win this final. Yeah, so far they're shooting themselves in the foot a little bit.
I think they've been fine with the ball. It's without the ball where they've not quite got their defensive exchanges. So when we talk about defending, you know, do you follow man for man? Do you pass a player on? And what you saw there is one defender passed on and one went with. So all of a sudden their strategies is not happened, and they've been caught open.
Nico Moreno. DeCarmo can't lose it there, can't lose it there. I look like a foul, but it might not matter for Matthews. He's done it again. Wessex running riot.
It's one of those things, you know, we talk about it all the time. The one area you cannot lose the ball is in the central area of a futsal court. It's so dangerous because if he gets in front of you, you've got to bring him down, or, you know, but in the end, you know, it's not a great area to lose that ball in. And this is where the younger players, you know, they're not old, they need to get calm, they just need to keep moving the ball.
And Scholar are still creating chances, which is encouraging. Forward they come again. This is where it's dangerous, though, with Miller now. It's great feed. It's Matthews! Misses by a millimetre. Nearly a 6-minute hat-trick.
They've got to build collectively in a 3 or move more in their 4.
It's very one-on-one at the moment, isn't it? But that might just suit them. And there was a good chance for Nico Moreno, stealing in at the near post.
That's better. So the wingers need to really be open to try and find the pivot.
That's clever. Big chance now for Restrepo. Good save, Philpott.
Brilliant. That's brilliant. That's what the Escola have got if they get their game together. So what we talked about, wingers facing forward. Can you hit the pivot? Can you get runners off that pivot?
Oh, he was close there. I think Jordan Matthews had a chance on the line of getting to it, but that was a great effort by Restrepo. Lovely movement from Escola there. Much better. Oh, hello. Could be a moment here for Matthews. It's cut out really well. It will break to him eventually. Is this the hat trick? Yes, it is. He gets there at the second attempt. Jordan Matthews, 3 brilliant goals, and Wessex are on their way.
Wow, absolutely fantastic again, you know, into that central point, it's come off and he's just lifted it over. What a finish that is.
That's such a good finish, isn't it? Vitor Minata did everything he could initially just to shut out the light from the original 1v1. There was no real room there for Jordan Matthews, but the presence of thought to nick that volley delicately over him in off the bar, that's a wonderful finish. Mackie, and now another chance for Wessex. Oh, it's another goal. That one's tough to take if you're London Escola, and particularly if you're Morgan Worsfold-Gregg.
What
it's
you can
5 for Wessex.
What you can take from this, what you can take from this is, you know, that ball is the second post. He's not gone to shoot. He's actually gone for the second post finish across the goal because the keeper's stranded. It's disappointing again, you know, from Escola, but he's tried to get there to stop it being tapped in at the second post.
Lovely touch about
super
him.
Talent, you know, he's a super talent. He's got great feet. He probably just needs to be better at using his body.
It's Matthews. Oh, he's so good. Number 4 of the day for Jordan Matthews. It's number 6 for Wessex. Goal out of nothing, and they continue to run rampant.
And that's the thing, you know, I would have said to him at half-time, you've got to get pressure on the ball and good pressure on the ball. There's no pressure on the ball there. And players with quality can score at this level with no pressure on the ball. It's come from back to front, it's come into the central area. I didn't see any pressure on the ball.
Yeah, and you can't say, oh no! Well, when it's not going for you, it really isn't going for you. That is so good from Camilo Restrepo.
Yeah, we talked about his feet, how he can roll players if he could use his body. You know, they've created some good chances. They've just not finalised in the way that they would normally.
Game.
Brilliant.
Defenders absolutely love defending.
Here it is again. Clever.
New can bring it down. Can he finish? Yes, he can. That is a brilliant goal. And every single member of the Wessex team celebrate it as if they scored it themselves. A gorgeous move, superbly finished. It's Terry New's 5th goal of the Summer Showdown.
Yeah, what a finish. We talked about this earlier. You know, we talked about, you know, Escola don't know when to press. Charlie Philpott came up, Connor Miller dropped off, and 3 Escola players pressed at once. They didn't get the pressure right against the keeper in a 5v, but all of a sudden, there's an open player and the quality to get the ball there and the finish, absolutely phenomenal.
Bro, that's a good ball. Might break here to Bustamante, and there's the goal. Escola have really, really worked hard for that. You can see what it means to get a goal on this stage. For Max Bustamante of London Escola, it's a fantastic finish.
It's a great finish. It's a superb strike. He saw Charlie Philpott coming out. He knew he needs to strike through it really hard. But what's good about that, he's managed to keep it low. You know, a lot of times when you get that power on it, keeping it low is not as easy as it looks. Brilliant strike.
Jimmy Scott there to make the block. Now with Matthews. That's clever. New. Brilliant, brilliant, brilliant goal.
That
futsal at its finest.
That is futsal at its finest. What a goal, you know, the pressure was strong, but they managed to create 2v1s, little wall passes, double wall passes, so Jordan Matthews into the forward play, and then a 1-2, and then a second post as well, a second post finish. Superb goal.
Such a good goal. They've played some wonderful stuff at times. And the chance to showcase it in this Summer Showdown, and then on the big stage here today, this means everything to them. Here's New for the hat-trick. absolutely brilliant.
Yeah, wow, it's tough. It's a tough for Scholar, but you know, relentless. Wessex are being relentless in their task. You know, we did talk about earlier that they want to be a Tier 1 team and they want to show the world that they can do this. And like you said, you know, these guys haven't played futsal for over a year because of COVID. This is meaning so much to them, more than anything, to be back on the court. But more than anything, these guys love competing, right?
Oh, Burrell's almost doing shuttle runs to that substitution area, isn't he? No way through for DeCarmo, and New's away here. DeCarmo tried to foul him, didn't. And Terry New will be fuming he's missed that. DeCarmo's going to get himself a talking to here. It was a cynical one.
Yeah, it's a bit naughty that, but you know, in the end, he's trying to stop him scoring, so.
It's understandable, but he's still going to need a little talking to.
Yeah.
Terry New will have really wanted that.
Right idea, just try to lift it.
Yeah, it's a difficult technique, and especially as well, we haven't touched on it too much, but whenever you get the chance to get a futsal at your feet, the ball itself is much denser, much heavier. That sort of technique is actually very difficult with one of those balls.
It's weird because generally the futsal ball operates differently to a football, so it will accelerate really quickly, and then as it gets, you know, inertia, it will slow down, whereas a football will accelerate in the later moments.
Ooh. And Phil Potts done it. You get the sense he's been thinking about that ever since London Escola started flying, and now the goalkeeper gets in on the act. It's double figures for Wessex.
Great technique from Charlie Philpott there. Knew the goal's open. You know, like we talked about, you know, players have to have technique, keepers as well. You know, they can find it with the feet, but he's really pleased with that.
Words, and it's a yellow card for Lucas Costa, and the frustration is palpable for the Escola number 9. Final couple of moments, and that will do it. What a performance by Wessex. Absolutely sensational in a 10-1 victory. That is about as good as it gets if you're Wessex, the dream performance.
Yeah, the dream performance from Wessex, like you say, just, it's been amazing. You know, they've done really well. From minute 1, they didn't let Escola have any time on the ball, dominated the ball in possession, dominated aggressively out of possession. Probably the best performance they could have brought, right?
Great result. The lads, we worked hard all season, training sessions, just praying for this game, especially on Wednesday. They're a good side, London. But yeah, what a result. Well, in futsal, the game can change so quickly, especially with them bringing their keeper out. Our sort of main aim was to press aggressively and not let them use their keeper and bring them over the halfway line. And then when we got the ball, we were ruthless. We just didn't take the foot off the gas and carried on.
We bring the day to a close with the main event, the Men's National Series 1 final. The two best teams in the country at long last go toe-to-toe, and the small matter of a Champions League place to the winner as well as the national title. Before we get going with this one, let's take a quick listen in with the coach's thoughts pre-match.
Yeah, excited, a little bit nervous, but that's fine. As I say, same as all the players, but I say as long as we can channel it in the right way, yeah, it'll be a good one. I say we're an intense team. We'll try and make it as intense as possible on and off the ball. We'll do a lot of running today, try and keep the stint shorts between the players, play between the lines and outside the lines when they adjust, but be as direct as possible as well. We've got to trust in who we are, keep to our true values and core values, and then maybe tweak some things in regards to the game and opposition that we're coming against. And that's really been the prep for the last couple of weeks ahead of this team.
Feeling really happy, really excited to be here, and can't wait to start. We're full of confidence. I mean, there's always a lot of pressure on Helvetia. It's always on the finals. I think it's on the last 10, 12 years, missed the final in 2 or 3 occasions. So they've always been there. So it's always, obviously, for me, it's a lot of pressure to get the team into that stage. But they're happy to stay here. They're happy to show. Obviously, with the DBs, So everyone supporting from the house. It's going to be a great game. To be honest, we came from the group of death to come here. We play against great teams like Birmingham, Manchester, Loughborough University, and we overcome all the problems. So we always prepare. I think we got another level. This team got another level, and hopefully we can show it today.
Here we go. It all comes down to this in the National Futsal Summer Showdown. These two meet their date with destiny. Pro Futsal London against London Helvetia. The upstarts against the institution. Here are the teams. This is the Pro Futsal London squad, a squad full of experienced internationals. We saw a feature there focusing on Dennison, the number 10. He's really a man to watch. John Curran, the oldest member of the squad, has been there and done it at so many occasions. A couple of Aussies in there as well. Jared Baster has done really well. Likewise, Brian Griffin-Coles. So much experience, though, to call upon for Juan Tapia Owens. You talk about experience, though, and you talk about London Helvetia. No one has done it more consistently than this outfit over the last decade. You talk about experience, you talk about Rayoni Medina, the man, the number 9 for Helvetia. The skipper leads from the front, but he's got so much support. Vitor Hugo, Eduardo Tijerin, Lucas Totti, Ruben Fernandez. That as a starting 5 is ridiculous, and so much potential still to come from the bench. If you can't tell, Mike, I am buzzing for this.
This is the one, isn't it? You know, this, we're just saying this is a Champions League spot that's at stake for now. These are the best, if you like, players on show, the best 2 teams on show from this summer series. We've had some great games, we've had some tight games, but this one, I think, is going to go to the wire, and you are going to see the speed and the intensity of what top-level futsal looks like in England.
For these 2 teams, this is it. This is the ultimate. Not just the Summer Showdown title, the national title, that of course means a lot, but everything here on the line for these 2 in that Champions League place.
Everything is for these 2 is about the Champions League spot. This is about winning the Champions League spot to get into that competition, to go into Europe and try and fly the flag for English futsal. The big players have got to turn up today. You know, Richard Ward, Dennison, Johnny Sim in goal. You know, they've got to turn up for pro, and the big players have got to turn up. Vitor Hugo, Totti, Mark Croft, you know, Liam Palfreyman. This is what big players want to come to, and the big players have to bring their big game, right?
Kegian, as Andrew mentioned, dressed for the occasion. We are underway. At long last, these 2 finally meet in the Summer Showdown. This is Dennison with the early chance to swing his leg through it. He's capable of much better strikes than that, as we saw in the pre-show, but that's the first shot in anger and dragged wide by the Brazilian.
Yeah, I think we'll see Pro Futsal aggressively press. I think their game plan today is going to be all about pressure.
Well, Helvetia are expecting that one, and the first good chance for Eduardo Tijerin, the number 5 there. It was almost as if Helvetia baited Pro into the trap, sprung up into the middle of the court, and that was a decent chance for a player who scored as many goals as Eduardo Tijerin.
Yeah, it was a decent chance. Helvetia looked like they knew what it was coming. And then Romaro, I think, would have been disappointed not to get that ball as a 2v1 there. So actually a first chance, but needed to do better, Helvetia there. But wow, here we go. High pressure from Pro.
Vitor Hugo's long ball doesn't find anybody in blue or yellow. Pro Futsal in the yellow. And they will play from the base here with Brian Griffin-Coles, the Aussie. Of course he is with that haircut. Finds Dennison, the Brazilian, wearing number 10 naturally. This is Bastia, the other Aussie in the Pro Futsal London lineup. Back for John Curran. Dennison stood up by Fernandez. Here's Johnny Sim, first touch the ball for him. Bastia picks out Griffin-Coles. That's a good ball.
It's a brilliant ball. Playing 3 versus 2 against the Helvetia pressure.
Oh, Curran just stepped on the ball there, teed up by Tijerin. And the first big chance for Vitor Hugo, and he probably would have expected more.
Yeah, just got caught under the foot of John, because sometimes this surface can be a bit sticky. Got under his foot.
Now then, chance for Pro Futsal London with Bastia. Is he tricked by Vitor Hugo? He is. Free kick. And Vitor Hugo is probably going to go into the book here. That was a good chance. Yeah. Bastia found himself running between the lines in oceans of space all of a sudden.
Yeah, both teams here trying to play in a 4, trying to draw in the pressure to then play over or play through. And what Pro did really well was find that diagonal, Bazar getting on it, and all of a sudden he's hiding the ball as he's travelling. You've got to foul him, you've got to let him take the shot.
Dennison tries to hit the second post, blocked, and here come Helvetia in transition with Tehirin. Look at the pace of him. Shot comes in off the post and wide. Closest either side has come, and that was a frightening change of pace from Eduardo Tehirin.
Yeah, there's that Toto, we know.
Oh, and how close at the back post was Fernando Malta to getting on the end of it with his first touch.
What you'll see is in transition, these guys know what they're doing. If they sniff a bit of transition, they'll go and create a chance off it.
Ran with a lovely pick out to Xavi Corral. That's nice for Goldstein. It's a great challenge by Malta. Oh, the decision goes against Pro Futsal London. Russell Goldstein cannot believe that.
Helvetia just building a little bit better with the ball at the minute. So Pro Futsal are doing well without the ball, but in a way, Helvetia are actually building at times with the ball quite well.
Rand keeps it in, great touch. He's got Xavi Corral with him. Might decide not to use him. Tries to take on Vitor Hugo, who just shepherds him out with all of his experience.
Yeah, what they're doing, Pro, they don't want to play too much in their own third, which you can understand. So they want to move the ball, one cutting through, and then another one going for the long diagonal.
Mark Croft, now error, and Richard Ward's on it. 1v1 on the keeper, can he find the goal? He tries to square it to Rand, it's behind him. And that was a real opportunity. Mark Croft got away with one. It's been so impressive for this Pro Futsal London team. Score of so many good and important goals. Bastia teased up, Ward will have another crack. There's Satunier! What a save by Croft! How on earth has he kept that out on one knee?
Have we got VAR here or not? I don't know. That looked to me, he was hooked it out, but what a save that is. Great set piece.
Ridiculous. Throws it long, Sim reads it, manages to keep himself in bounds in the D as well. Here comes the intensity with Brian Griffin-Cole, steps inside of Medina, who robs him. That's clever for Ribeiro, well read by Satunier. Steps away from Medina, and now come the transition with 3v2. Has Bastia outside him, does he need him? Satunier releases, and Croft is out there again in front of Ward. This is what we came to see, as advertised.
Yeah, Satunier there's done everything right. Great save by the heel, and then this second save here, as he's hooked it out, what a save.
That's outrageous. Play continues, here's Malta. Can't get past Randall, can he? There's Tiharin, round the keeper, off the line by Goldstein, who celebrates that like a goal, which it basically is.
I was just saying, Fernando Malta is the key man here, as that top player, the number 12, the pivot. What he's doing, he's connecting the game so Helvetia can build into the middle, and then at the...
Oh, and Malta very nearly got across the front post there.
And in the final phases, he's the danger. He'll hold it up, he's strong, he'll spin. He's making a difference here in the Helvetia attacks for me.
How well does Johnny Sim do here? He forces him to do that, just buys a little bit of time, doesn't he?
It's underestimated how well he's doing in those moments, Johnny Sim, at the moment.
Vitor Hugo, one of those players who possesses such ability. He finds Mark Croft, who's just flying on the left side here, picks out Medina, that's lovely for Ribeiro, and Goldstein just got there in time. Brilliant. That was a beautiful move from Helvetia, and Goldstein nipped it in the bud, just.
Yeah, great ball from Mark Croft into the chest. Rainy Medina knows he's setting it up for Ribeiro, who's just trying to get there to finish first time.
Vitor Hugo, the Portuguese, looking for Tiharin, great read by Sim. Oh, mistouch, and Medina chips him off the bar and out. Oh, it was such a good effort. Bastia comes away for Pro Futsal London. But Medina there, the improvisation. He's a
goal scorer.
He's such a raw goal scorer, isn't he?
The amount of goals he's scored over the years with Helvetia, with England, he knows where the back of the net. Good cutting.
Now then, might break for Edwards. Good save.
Brilliant from Richard Waugh. That battle with Victor Hugo, held it off, dropped it into the path of Edwards, for Edwards to come onto it. In moments, it can go front to back like that. It's, doing well. It's an outdoors. You definitely can do it outdoors. You can definitely train outdoors, no problem, but there's a different level to the performance level.
Tiharin is quick, he will get there. He's got Ribeiro available, puts it through the legs of Dennison, and Johnny Sim was there.
Well done. Well done, Johnny Sim.
Superb.
Well done for two reasons. One, the save, and two, he calmed the transition down. He could have gone quick, but he'd just gone front to back, and players, when they go...
That's clever. Rand's there! And just wide.
When it goes front to back so quick, sometimes you need the keeper to just get hold of the game. I think we talked about this earlier, about how they manage the game as well. great management from Johnny Sim.
Lovely parallel pass to pick out Rand. This was amazing from Eduardo Tijerin. Such a good little bit of skill.
You know, he couldn't have gone anywhere else. You know, we talked about earlier, didn't we, about moments of skill. Well, that comes out because of constraints, the tight areas. Where can you go?
This is John Current, final 20 seconds. Is there to be
good screen by John Current?
One last bit of drama. Oh, that was looked like a foul. It's not been given. Monty then with a chance to score! And London Helvetia take the lead! Pro Futsal London not happy. They'll feel the play should have been stopped. But Guilherme Monti stabs it home. It's scrappy, but it's there for London Helvetia.
Yeah, we knew this game was going to be tight. I didn't quite see what happened in the lead up to that, because what happened is I think John Current ran round and screened, and something happened with a screen move is when you pass it to your player, you run in front of the pressing player to stop them pressing the ball so they can't get fast pressure on it. And I think something happened when the two bodies came in together, but I can't see it.
Pro Futsal London will be livid to give a goal away like that with less than 10 seconds remaining on the watch. Can Ward Turner make something happen? No. Buzzer's going to go, and it's Helvetia who take a lead into half-time. What a match this has been so far. Relentless pace, absolutely unforgiving. It is everything that we wanted and hoped it would be. And at the moment, at half-time, it is London Helvetia 1, Pro Futsal London 0. A fair few running battles, but on the ball, we've not seen exactly what he can do. That's wicked from Tijerin! Wicked feet, wonderful finish. Eduardo Tijerin gets us going in the second half and puts distance between Helvetia and Pro Futsal London.
Yeah, that changes the game for me now. You know, we talked about starting halves. Well, what a bit of La Croqueta, I think they call it. Right foot to left foot to get around the player. We said 1v1s could be the difference here, but the toe poke finish, wow, what a finish.
That was an absolute cannon. Nothing Johnny Sim could do about that. Ward dispossessed him, but that's loose, and Paul Freeman rattles the torso of Sim, who held firm.
What a save that is there, back with Johnny Sim, because losing the ball in your Ds is not what you want to do when you're chasing a game.
Ward! Oh, goodness me, I thought that was in. He absolutely rifled that.
I think you say he caught that. Caught that well.
I didn't even see it.
Yeah, it sat up really nicely for him, and I think Mark Croft would have struggled with the pace of that.
Goes all the way back to Mark Croft. Drills a ball. What a good ball that is to Fernandez. Can he turn? Nearly. Breaks for Vitor Hugo, and Johnny Sim once again stands tall.
What a pass. The technical quality from Mark Croft into the feet of the pivot. Dealt with it, rolled, and then what a save of Vitor Hugo's left foot.
Not a bad couple of players to bring in. Here's Jared Rand who intercepts. Can't get around Tijerin now, 2v1. He's got Paul Freeman with him. Here he is, Liam Paul Freeman! That might settle it. Liam Paul Freeman puts London Helvetia 3 goals to the good. Are they on their way to the Champions League?
And Liam Pelfreman's first touch there is what that goal's all about. He knows the defender's got to get across the line and come back in quick. He's had his first touch back inside, across the body, if you like, across the momentum. That player can't stop, can't do anything about it. And then what a left foot finish into the bottom corner. Then obviously we got the third, and now it's really open and they've got to fly.
Might see the fourth. It's Medina, and that seals it. Rayoni Medina, the London Helvetia skipper, seals it with a kiss. They are returning to the Champions League. That is that.
The quality of the finish, you know, it's put that to bed easily. You know, it's been really, really difficult for Pro to get back into this game with the fly. They've done well, but I said at the start, the experience of these Helvetia players have just shown their class second half. They've been the better team by a mile for me the second half. The first half was closer, but this second half they've just showed their class.
That's that. That won't stand for Xavi Corral. London Helvetia are returning to the Champions League. They are the Summer Showdown champions. 4 4-0 winners over Pro Futsal London. A majestic performance.
Man, it was amazing. I think you can see the reaction from the boys. Like, we worked so hard for it, you know. The thing I love from this club is, like, we don't talk much. If you see our play on social media, really quiet, really humble. Even though our quality, you know, we just prefer to work in silence and show here on the big days. So I'm really proud, as a captain, I'm really proud of everyone in here. If you see our previous 3 games in the league, like our second half, we always strong, we keep the intensity. And that's why we spoke, to carry on the same. We knew that nothing was done yet. We know their quality, so we came here prepared for it. But thanks God, everything was perfect in the way we planned. Feels amazing. It's going to be my 10th participation. Hope we can qualify to the next round at this time. But feels amazing.
So there you have it, our 3 Summer Showdown champions have been crowned. A huge congratulations to the Helvetia ladies, Wessex and the Helvetia men's team for getting it done on the big day. It's been a brilliant, albeit brief tournament, and we hope it's not too long until you can join us again for the National Futsal Series. Until next time then, goodbye.